and welcome back to my channel. I have been so excited about filming this video. I am testing out the Caran D'Ache Luminance colouring pencils. I'm going to give you my first impressions and we're going to see if they are worth all of the hype. I'm going to be testing out the Caran D'Ache Luminance colouring pencils. I've got the 20 set and I'm so excited about trying these. I have wanted these colouring pencils for the longest time. I just was a little bit hesitant to spend the money because they are quite expensive. So the box is a cardboard box. It feels really nicely made. It's got a matte finish to it. It doesn't feel like just a thin, cheap cardboard box that will break really easily or rip. This one is really hefty and it is very good quality. On the box it tells you that the colouring pencils are the highest light fastness, they are ASTM standard and they are 100% LFI. So really good to know going into these colouring pencils that you're getting the best quality, so the highest light fastness possible. These are artist quality colouring pencils, so they are expensive. It tells you on the front here, permanent pencils with smooth lead and exceptional light fastness. We know straight from this front here, it tells us in 3 areas that this is the highest light fast possible. If we turn over to the back of the packaging, it gives us the colours that are in the box and also the number of each of those colours. So you can buy the colouring pencils individually, and if you need to replace any of these ones, you know what the number is. You can also see along here at the bottom, it gives you a little idea on how Caran D'Ache have developed their pencils over time, starting in 1915 with the original product all the way up to the 2013 product. Now to open up the colouring pencils and take a better look inside. As you will notice, each of the colouring pencils sits within its own area of the foam, giving it the highest amount of protection. So you know these colouring pencils are really well cared for and they are high quality. I really like how each of the pencils line up with their details. Everything is really neat and precise within the set. Colouring pencils just look so nice in their packaging. They all come fully sharpened and they look ready to use. Look how beautiful these look in the packaging. I think they just look absolutely incredible. They came in this colour order here and they all came fully sharpened. I haven't changed a single thing about these colouring pencils in the box other than just turning them around to make them all matching here so that it looks nice for you guys. So the Caran D'Ache Luminance colouring pencils are Swiss made. It tells you on every single pencil that they were Swiss made. The lead in the pencil is 3.8 millimeters, so it's a nice thick barrel for your colouring pencil. The wood on the barrel is made of cedar, so it's really nice quality. It tells you on the pencil that they are Luminance 6901. On each of the pencils is the permanent colour and the light fast indicator. And then on the top of the pencil you have the colour, like this one here, which indicates the colour of the lead inside of the pencil. It tells you the name, so this one is the phthalo blue, and also the number of the colouring pencil as well, so you can order individual colours and you can just use the number for reference. The finish should be smooth and also permanent, so these are a really good pencil for professional artists to use because they are light fast. So I'm going to test them out and see what I think. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these colours. I'm going to start from lightest to the darkest colours and I'm going to swatch them out on my piece of paper here and I'm going to label everything up. Starting with the white, so this one is number 1 and it just feels so nice to hold. I think it's a slightly wider barrel to my other colouring pencils, and if you've been around here for a while you'll know at the moment my favourite colouring pencils are the Faber-Castell Polychromos, but that could soon change once I try these. So white, obviously it's going to be difficult for you guys to see the white on here. So far though, feels like they're going down really nicely, really smooth. I can see that that white is giving a really good coverage coverage. The next one is the lemon yellow, which is number 240. Gives really good colour payoff without a lot of pressure, and it feels like they are going to build up really quite quickly, which if you're working on a large piece of artwork and you're, you know, working on commission or whatever, you want to be able to finish that piece of artwork in a good amount of time so that you get your best possible price for that piece. So not only will you use less of your pencil, but also it will take you less time. Next we have number 820. Then we have number 61 in this series. Next we have got number 112. So far I'm finding that these colouring pencils are really vibrant. They fill on the paper tooth really effortlessly, and they don't take a lot of pressure to build up the colour at all. Okay, now we have the light cobalt blue, which is 661. Now we have the phthalo blue, which is 162. 159. And then we've got the sap green, the dark sap green, number 739. And then grass green, which is number 220. We've got spring green, which is a very, very bright lime green, which is number 470. Now we have got the yellow ochre. This one is number 34. And then we have russet, which is number 65. And Perylene brown, which is 585. Burnt sienna, number 69. The raw umber, which is number 548. Then we've got the slate grey, 495. And lastly in the pack we have the black, which is a number 9. So we've got the colour swatches. I have to say they did go down really nicely. They filled in the tooth very quickly on the paper. Yeah, I'm just really pleased with the colours so far. I think these ones will be ones that maybe I don't use as often, but we will see. I'm going to create a piece of artwork and I'll try and incorporate all of the colours into the piece, and we will go from there. So then we can see how versatile this 20 set of colouring pencils actually is. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch out. I'm working on a landscape. You guys have voted for a landscape on the community tab, so I'm going to go ahead and sketch this out. The landscape that I'm working on is from Australia, so it's from a photograph that I took when I was on holiday and I visited Uluru. So I'm going to be thinking about those nice, bright, vibrant, warm tones in contrast to some of the blues and then the greens as well. So I think this is going to be a really fun piece to create. If you have been enjoying my video so far, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, give me a big like, and also make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of my future videos. The main things that I'm going to be testing for with these colouring pencils are blendability, the layering capabilities of these colouring pencils, and also trying to speed up my drawing time. This white blends over the darker colours really nicely and it burnishes out perfectly. I found that you can layer the colours up very easily, so this purpley colour is sitting really well on top of the blues, which I'm impressed with. So far I have found that these colouring pencils are extremely blendable, which has sped up my drawing time significantly. I'm very used to using the Polychromos, which are my favourite colouring pencil. However, they are an oil-based pencil and they do take quite a long time to build up the colours. The Caran D'Ache Luminance colouring pencils are a wax-based colouring pencil, so they lend themselves to building and blending up on the paper a lot quicker than oil-based pencils. However, because the lead is that much softer, I did actually find that it was quite difficult to get in precise lines. So you might still need to have some hard pencils to get in those high details. I did find that the lead was very robust and it didn't break whilst I was using them, which I have found with other wax-based colouring pencils in the past, such as the lower quality Prismacolor Premiers. So I actually blended out the colouring pencil that I put in. I just used a colourless blender that I already owned. It's not actually a luminance one, but I just felt like going over layer upon layer without blending it out first would just be a waste of my colouring pencil. So I went ahead and just blended over just to fill in all of the white paper gaps of my paper here where I want that sky to really pop against the tree. I didn't do that on this side here, and we can see a few stop-start marks, but that was probably just down to me trying to do this a little bit quicker than I probably should. But because the colouring pencils, they're really quite soft, it does use the lead all that much quicker. Whilst I was using the Caran D'Ache Luminance colouring pencils, I found the colours to be so vibrant. They lay down very quickly and the colour payoff is incredible. I was absolutely blown away by the colours that I was able to achieve with just a basic layer. The colours in this 20 pack go very well together, and I have actually managed to use every single colour that was included in the set within this drawing. So I think that goes to show this is a very versatile set and you can create a lot with them. Also, knowing that these colouring pencils are 100% light fast is absolutely fantastic. Your work will last a really long time with these colouring pencils. If you didn't know, if you've not watched some of my other videos before, I did actually spend 2 years out in Australia. So I went out on a working holiday visa. I had such an amazing time. I would like to move out there permanently. However, with the pandemic and things like that, I'm just not sure on timescales on when that will happen. But if we don't get out there to move, then I definitely want to go and visit on holiday again, see our friends, and just explore some of the other places in Australia that we didn't get to see whilst we were there traveling. I just love these architectural trees in the landscape in Australia against that really bright blue sky. I just think they look so stunning, and I've got quite a few photographs of trees that have died and they are then contrasting against the sky. I might create a little series of pieces inspired by some of the photographs that I've taken in Australia. Let me know in the comments what you think of my drawing and if you would be interested in seeing more of this series. So from my initial testing of these colouring pencils, I wanted to give you my full thoughts, and I've been trying to come up with a con on these colouring pencils or a negative, and the only thing I can honestly think of is the price. These colouring pencils are expensive. This 20 set cost me $49.99 and they were on special offer. So if you're not a professional artist, you're not planning on selling artwork, there are plenty of more budget-friendly colouring pencils that you could use. I personally absolutely loved these colouring pencils, and I think that they will soon replace my polychromos because I found these to be so blendable. They sped up my working time and the colours are impeccable. So there you guys have it. That was my video on those Caran D'Ache colouring pencils. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and also make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see these compared to some of my other brands of colouring pencils that I own. I'd be really interested to see how these ones compare to my beloved polychromos. In the meantime, go and check out my video here where I tested out polychromos compared to Prismacolor, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.